Atlanta, Georgia, not just yet. I'm actually just moving my truck about 50 miles down the road to a Pilot. Because parking was at a premium last night. I got lucky and I found one open spot at a mom and pop truck stop. The Tennessee seemed like everybody was off the road by 7 o'clock last night. I mean, Love's was packed in like sardines. Could barely navigate through the parking lot. So I found a nice sparking mom and pop place in Montgomery, Tennessee, exit 111B. For anybody who rolls down 24, headed to Georgia. Plenty of spaces. You can even create your own space if need be. So I was at the O1 for 18 hours. I got me some detention. However, I had a funny feeling that the 90 was not going to accept the load. Anytime I want to just roll on down. So on my way rolling down 24, I get a message on the Qualcomm stating that your 90 now has been changed to Sunday at 6 a.m. Now keep in mind, the load wasn't paying that good. Now, I'm only going 270 miles. So, just to throw some numbers out there, I'm getting 572 plus the 350 for the layover because they were delayed in loading my truck. Meanwhile, again, it took them 18 hours to load my truck with only 13,000 pounds in the box. It took them 18 hours to load 13,000. Anyway, that's probably neither here nor there. But I had a really good pre-plan set up. Going from Atlanta up to Aurora, Illinois for over 1,000. 704 miles. Exactly, the line was $1,132. So because of delay, obviously the pre-plan is now wiped out. So I'm sitting on this load for 48 hours. And so I just messaged my fleet manager and said, listen, I've got to be compensated another day for a layover, for detention. And I'm not dealing with my everyday fleet manager, I'm dealing with the weekend staff now. Which can be a little irritating because they have no clue on what's going on. He goes, yeah, you're going to get detention. I was like, no, I know I'm getting detention. I get 1 day detention because I was sitting waiting for a load for 18 hours. Now because this 90's been pushed up a day and a half, I think I need to be owed another $350. Oh, we'll see what we can do. So that's basically the response I got. So now this load turned into a 48-hour load for $928. Same amount of miles. But what about my time? So my fleet manager's been pretty good. I'm sure they'll squeeze out. I mean, it's no fault of mine. The O1's backed up. They claim it's due to the weather. I'm like, what weather? I made it to my fucking spot. Excuse me. Sorry about the curse. I made it to my spots without delay. So we'll see if I take one of the shorts. But I'm gonna, believe me when I tell you, I'm gonna contest it. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Good start to the day at least. Please like and subscribe, share, whatever, ring the bell. Got some rain ahead of me. In and out of rain. It was pouring rain last night. Cats and dogs. Dogs and cats. But I know, this is part of trucking, folks. I tell you about, situations that are going to arise. But we'll see what the next step will be. I'm sure at some point during the day I'll send me another pre-plan. Because I have home time scheduled for Wednesday. Oh, so I haven't said anything, but my Peterbilt has been canceled. And the reason being is that Prime, and this is the story I got, Prime is now in negotiations with a few other manufacturers. So they don't know if they're going to continue the Peterbilt line. So if any of you who ordered their Peterbilts have gotten approved, you've been lucky. So she said we'll find out within a month whether we're going to continue with the Peterbilt line. And the only thing I can come up with is, are they in negotiations with Volvo, Mack, Kenworth? What else could they have be? I certainly don't want a Freightliner. I mean, I'll do a Kenworth. They look like Peterbilts. A little nicer inside. Does that mean the payment goes up? Well, we'll see. But as of right now, my Peterbilt has been canceled. She basically threw out the application, which it kind of bothered me. It hurt me. And this is some of the stuff that happened in my life. It's like when you're looking forward to something, the rug gets pulled out, from underneath you. But we'll roll with the punches. I'm hoping and praying that they stay with Peterbilt. Worst case scenario is that they do, and I'm going to have to fill out another application. And she said it probably wouldn't be till September before you received it. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. I'm just hoping that they stay with a Peterbilt. I really like the truck. Knock on wood, I've not had any issues whatsoever. She's making me money. I'm taking care of her. The Black Mamba. Taking care of the Black Mamba. So, yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. I promise to keep the videos under like 15 minutes from now on. But I hope you guys got the, who watched my yesterday's video about clock management. That is the number one or the key to trucking success is in with clock management. If you don't figure out how to run your clock, you will not make money. That's one thing I needed to figure out as soon as possible. And I learned from my mistakes. And these Qualcomms are not the most, like sometimes you'll hit okay going from, say, sleeper berth to on duty to off duty, and it doesn't register. So make sure you take a minute after you hit OK, and it transfers back to the home page as being in that category, off-duty, sleeper berth, etc. Because I found many a times when I thought I hit personal conveyance and left, looking over a couple of minutes later or a few seconds later and finding out I'm still in the drive line. That almost blew up. That actually did blow up my 10-hour reset not too long ago. Thank God I was in the sleeper berth long enough that I had 5 hours I could run, which gave me enough time to run to the 90. And at that point in time, I said, that's it. I am not moving this truck until that category that I chose is showing me exactly that on the homepage. I don't know if that's everybody else's Qualcomm, but that's certainly mine. Again, when you hit OK, in a certain drive, in a certain category, for some reason it didn't register. That can cost you. Because if I didn't have that time, that 5 hours and change, I would have had to sit and redo my 10-hour break, thus keeping me in the sleeper berth for over 20 hours. Then would have to call my fleet manager, tell him that I had a mess up, would have to reschedule the 90. So it becomes a snowball effect. So I'm looking forward to going on my hometown. I'm going to go see my aunt who's sick. We may not have much longer to be on this planet. We'll see. Taking care of my taxes, which I'm going to dread. I got a good accountant. Just decompress, eat some good meals, do some laughing with my girl. The pilot over here, exit 135. Get a nice shower, shave, and do my laundry, because I've got a bag full of laundry. This way, when I go home, I have less laundry to do. Because God only knows how much time I've got. Believe me, I caught up on my sleep and then some. I'm slept out. I don't want to sleep again. And that's why I push. That's why after 10 hours I'm on the road. Because I know eventually there's going to be some downtime in between for me to catch up. Now sometimes you don't think it's going to happen because, you know, tiredness equals delirium, and you're like, oh my God, I need a break. But circumstances will hand you breaks, believe me when I tell you. You'll have plenty of time to get your rest. So don't be afraid to run. It's about making that money. This is an unhealthy industry. See how dark it got? So this pilot at Eagle, if anybody's been there, knows it's a really big place. We've got over 200 spots. I may take this week, I might take a beating this week on this week's check. I mean, I've made enough so far to cover the expense of the truck. But I'm not in the business to just cover the expense of a truck. I'm in business to make money, to stack my cash. Nice and warm out. It's 65 degrees here. The funny thing, last week it was like minus 10. It's amazing how the weather changes, how quickly it does. Bouncing off the windshield. It is pouring. Folks, you have a good Saturday. Stay safe, stay healthy, make great decisions. Until next time, see ya.